Alright, here it is, the no leak atomizer. Before I show you guys how to make it, it is patent pending. Please do not use this for commercial purposes. You're more than welcome to make it for yourself. Take a regular old atomizer. Alright, I'm going to warn you, if you mess it up, you could mess up your atomizer. Alright, so it's on you whether or not you want to try this. I've taken my atomizers apart so I know where they are. First thing you want to do is, I know where everything is inside of it, so first thing you want to do is debridge it. There's plenty of tutorials that show you how to debridge an atomizer, so I'm not going to go over that. Basically, you go in there, wiggle out the bridge, take all the mesh out, okay? And then take all the silica that might be in there also. You don't want to take it all. Take just a few strands and leave it in there and push it back down next to the coil. I would show you this, but I don't have any cameras that can get close enough to show you exactly what it looks like inside there. But basically, when you debridge it, all you're going to see is the coil, and you're going to have a few of the little silica strands left that'll hold the fluid in there. All right. Next thing you want to do is you're going to have to, if you look at see the coil, on either side of the coil is where the two wires come down underneath the little ceramic thing that holds the coil. If you drill a hole that's exactly about 1/8 of an inch above the bottom of it, you should be able to drill a hole directly in to the chamber that's below your coil. Alright? That's the part that's dangerous. If you don't get it right, you could actually drill your wires, and if you don't know how to solder or any of that, you could mess it up. So that's what you got to do. You got to drill a hole, get it in there. Once the hole's drilled, you know how you have the other holes at the bottom, just above the threads, or just below the threads, however you want to look at it, and the hole that's on the bottom. You want to clog that. I take JB Weld and I put that in there. Another thing I do is I take toothpicks and I stuff them in there. Either way, you want to clog that, because your new intake hole is going to be the intake that you've drilled right there. Okay, like I said, it's going to be about 1/8, maybe 2/8, which would be 1/4 of an inch up. Basically, you want to make sure that the hole is below the coil, underneath the ceramic, but above the bottom. All right. After you do that, you're going to get your little I've got one here somewhere. There it is. That's a 1/4 inch copper coupler. You can find them at Lowe's. You can find them at Home Depot. They're in the plumbing section, the water plumbing area. Once you get your hole drilled and your holes clogged, your old holes clogged, you're going to slide it over like that. All right. What I like to do is I just take a pair of pliers. I'm not going to do it to this one because I don't have it drilled all the way yet. And you just kind of crimp it down to where it kind of holds itself there. Once it's crimped down, you're going to mix up some JB Weld and put it around that seam. And then wipe off the excess and let it sit. Once it dries, you're good to go. Your end product will be like this one. Let me find a mouthpiece somewhere. Anyway, you know you got it right if you can suck on it and air goes through. All right. These atomizers, coupled with the feed system that I showed you on the 2 different mods, work perfectly. Leaks are gone completely. Your atomizer stays perfectly filled because the feed tube keeps the level just right above the coil. If you squeeze too much or pump too much, guess what? The level will go above the feed tube, so whenever you let go, it's just going to suck it right back up. Any excess fluid that comes out of that new hole that you drilled is going to go into the tube. Well, whenever you go to puff on the electronic cigarette, it's going to suck that fluid back out of the tube into the atomizer and atomize it. No more leaks. You're saving your fluid. This is the one, the atomizer. I would show you, but I just burned up the atomizer, and you guys are making orders, and so I don't have a spare atomizer right now. All I've got is one that I haven't done the mod to. But this one, I used it, I built it, and I used it till it burnt up. So it took me about 3 weeks before the atomizer went out. That's the atomizers don't usually burn up that fast, but this particular one does. Luck of the draw. Anyway, it worked great. I didn't have a single leak the whole time I tested this mod. You're gonna love it. You are absolutely gonna love it. Like I said, be careful when you're doing it. Make sure you don't drill into your circuitry and mess up the atomizer. But if you get it right and you start vaping on it, I think you can be very happy. Like I said, I'll make them for you also. You just have to go look at the thread that shows the prices. I think that pretty much explains it. If you have any questions, feel free to call me, or not call me, feel free to send me an email, and I'll tell you what you got to do. All right? Hopefully I didn't leave anything out in these tutorials. Have fun doing it yourself. Peace.